Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. I am a relationship sort of young lady without a doubt, and I wouldn't accompany somebody on the off chance that I didn't anticipate investing a great deal of my energy with them, so rumors from far and wide suggest that Pete Davidson at last proposed to Kim Kardashian, yet she dismissed the proposition. Okay, did Pete really propose to Kim? And what reason would she have for dismissing his proposition? We have every one of the succulent subtleties as you might to be very much aware following quite a while of dating Pete and an extremely open fight with Kanye West. Kim at last got the court to give her desire to be legitimately single in her legally binding. Ness Kim expressed, I particularly want to be separated from. I have asked Kanye to keep our separation hidden, however he has not done so. Kanye has been putting a great deal of falsehood with respect to our confidential family matters and co-nurturing via web-based entertainment, which has made close to home trouble. Then she likewise added, I accept that the court ending our conjugal status will help Kanye to acknowledge that our conjugal relationship is finished and to push ahead on a superior way, which will help us in calmly co-nurturing our youngster as well. Kim was in the end proclaimed lawfully single, and that apparently prepared for Pete during the meeting, where Kim was at long last pronounced legitimately single. Kanye West was not in participation, but rather his lawyer was available, and didn't have a problem with Kim re-establishing her lady name or being pronounced single anyway. They had three circumstances, including the option to get repaid cash that should be split between the exes on the off chance that either party passes on, and that condition was allowed by the adjudicator. The other two were anyway dismissed, one being that Kim ought to not be able to move any resources she has in a trust in Kanye. Likewise inquired as to whether Kim remarries, she should postpone her conjugal honor, meaning another life partner wouldn't need to affirm about interchanges he had with her. The most imminent possibility for marriage, after Kim was legitimately pronounced single, was clearly Pete, and the two have really been going areas of strength for really, and Pete even gone to the debut of Kim's Hulu show, The Kardashians, together in April 2022. Anyway, they didn't model for any photographs on honorary pathway together. However, she told a Newsday Today Pop that he was being strong from the side and think about what the family supports the relationship, and that makes any considerations of marriage such a ton simpler. A source told individuals they appreciate having him around. He is perfect for Kim. He's getting to know her children, and everybody is by all accounts getting along. Pete hasn't had any assumptions. He gets that he is coming into a perplexing family circumstance. He would rather not confuse them. The source added that the couple is doing perfect, and Kim is excited with how their relationship has unfurled. Evidently, Pete is great at adjusting his agreeable nature, and he lets Kim be Kim. It comes down on her when she is occupied with the children. He does whatever he might feel like doing and thoroughly comprehends her needs. Yet the unavoidable issue is, has Pete really proposed to Kim? All right, bits of gossip of a commitment began making adjusts when Kim was proclaimed lawfully single in tow. Really revealed that Kim and Pete didn't have any desire to burn through any additional time before they make the following stride in their relationship, so they chose to get ready for marriage and are currently arranging their impending wedding. They composed he asked about tying the knot at his apartment suite in Staten Island, and she said, okay, they're staying quiet about it until further notice. Kim never expected this, and she was unable to be more joyful. He cherishes him and realizes she needs to use the remainder of her existence with him. This time the marriage will stick. They even added that Pete proposed with his grandma's ring, and Kim didn't anticipate the sweet motion, and that is the reason she was so contacted, saying it was extremely sweet, and contacting Kim was in tears. She never met anybody like Pete, and she thoroughly sees a future with him. She accepts 100 that he's the right person for her. That may likewise not be exact in light of the fact that, as per a record accepted to have a place with bricklayer Disick, he spilled that Pete proposed to Kim. However, she dismissed him in a story. The record composed, I was going to say, for what reason is nobody discussing Pete proposing except for no one knows yet. And she said no, perhaps next time in an alternate post. The record likewise composed, Kim got proposed by Pete last week, and she said it's not the time yet, however needs a youngster with him 1 year from now. Discussing infants, a fan account recently shared paparazzi photo graphs of Kim and Pete sharing a kiss in a vehicle, and one fan labeled Pete's mother Amy, and composed she will be pregnant with his kid before the year's over. And Amy apparently endorsed the forecast as she answered yippee at any rate after the record posted the proposition to one fan composed this. Bricklayer's page giving us bunches of mysteries that Kim being significant with Pete and anticipating having a family with him is the icing Pete, so Kim purportedly answered the report about the propose Ishin by asking Instagram to boycott the record furthermore. Accordingly, the record vowed to spill more tea about her. They wrote in another post, "Fine, I'll say stunningly better stuff currently. I'll cause you to have an explanation, Kim, since you are the person who paid Instagram to boycott me again." Then they added, "I know shouldn't say this yet. I'm so worn out on always being unable to say anything, and Kim is paying Instagram to boycott every one of my records. Not fair, so I won't be fair, sorry, not sorry." Well, it has likewise been reputed that any proposition Pete may be considering later on should come by means of a marked report by Kim's mother and director Kris Jenner. A source told Heat World Pete needs to propose, however you'll need to sign an agreement as far as Kris can tell. Kim needs an accomplice who can work with the family and fit with their drawn-out objectives. She needs Pete to consent to focus on the brand for years to come and give her all-out command over any choices around marriage and youngsters. The source likewise added she knows Pete will make an extraordinary child in regulation while being a resource for the Kardashian establishment, so she's now making plans for a proposition by late spring, conceivably sooner. As far as concerns her, Kim talked about how serious her relationship with Pete is during her meeting on ABC News, where she said, "I mean, I am a like relationship sort of young lady. Clearly I need to take as much time as necessary. Yet I'm extremely cheerful and exceptionally happy." Does that mean fans will likewise get a greater amount of Pete in the family show? Well, Kim uncovered that season one of their show will offer responses to how she and Pete met, alongside who contacted who, furthermore, how it worked out, and every one of the subtleties that everybody needs to be aware. Yet, with respect to whether Pete will really highlight in the show, his companions obviously prompted him not to get involved. A source even told Page 6 his profession has taken off. What does he rep? Ali want this for before he met Kim, nobody knew what Pete was doing constantly. It's a certain method for killing the relationship. Engaging in the show pulverizes each man, so in light of the post by the perhaps Bricklayer account, Kim may have dismissed the proposition. However, that doesn't imply that she isn't thinking about marriage in that frame of mind. To sources in the season finale of Paris Hilton's Paris Inn